Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. Where this episode, we're going to do some interior work on this budget, well, extreme budget build 81 Silverado. Done a couple episodes on this, got it running, got it driving, stopping, bought 2 new tires for the front. Rounded up 2 used ones for the rear, because if you want to blow out in the rear, not the front, lose your steering. And we can't afford on a budget build to put 4 brand new tires on it. Real nice tires, like big ones and wider ones. That would be ideal, but we're not going overboard on anything on this truck. Pretty much just the bare minimum, and you'll be surprised at how much money is going to be into this truck and how it's going to look at the end, because we got to, I know some of you guys up north or whatever say, oh, these trucks are worth a fortune. They're not here, guys. They're not. I look at Marketplace very often. They're in there, $500, $800, $1,200. Not all fixed up, but project type things. Most of them run, so I paid $1,200 for this. I thought it was fair, since if it had a blown motor and wrecked and all that stuff, it wouldn't be worth it, probably. But luckily I got it running and driving and all that, and it's we're starting off pretty good here. So the paint and body don't scare me, because that's what I specialize in, but we do everything here. The only thing I'd really like to get is this piece of chrome here is all mangled up. But yeah, the front bumper was thrown in the bed. It was all bent to shit. Beat it out with a sledgehammer. I did get some chrome. I just stuck in these bolts. But I got some new chrome ones we're going to stick in there. Make it look, it ain't gonna be perfect by no means, but we're gonna paint it up. I got some red paint, got some black paint. Might mix something up in the black paint to make it more metallic. I really do like this color, dark burgundy or whatever, but it's gonna cost a fortune to buy that paint. Paint prices are just through the roof. I got plain black. If I can mix in something with that, we're gonna do that. We gotta swap the bed. Now, this would be a good, probably, patina truck. I wouldn't be totally embarrassed to be driving this like it is, but you're still gonna look like a poor boy driving a beater. But it's not that bad. But anyway, we gotta swap the bed because of this rust. This rust here, it's all patchable. I think there's some Bondo and stuff here. In fact, there is Bondo. Obviously they didn't do it to the other side, but see, this is just completely screwed up here, then there, and then we got all these holes in the bed. So I got another bed. We're going to swap that over. It's going to be a little bit of a job for one person to do it and prep it, all that. It's got all dents. But anyway, that's what's coming up, guys, after we get the interior done. It's doesn't have a busted windshield, stuff like that. It's got a lot going for it. Okay, last episode on this, we did drive it, and then it started making this noise, and I couldn't quite figure it out there. Thought it was the exhaust rubbing or something. It ended up being the catalytic converter shield on top. I'll probably show you. I don't feel like crawling under there right now, but it was a shield, big shield, that was on top of the catalytic converter, and it was hitting the drive shaft. I just bent it back and it quit. So that's all that was. Luckily nothing major. Okay, one of the big jobs, I don't know if we'll get to it this video, This is just a piece of plexiglass, plastic. They busted this out probably because of this. Doesn't work, and they probably busted it out to open up the truck. So we got a parts truck, and this window is not, yeah, they probably done the, yeah, they probably tried to, yeah, you can see the chip here. They pried the window, busted it off the tracks, trying to get in it, then probably busted this out. So, but doing the power window motor on this door here, it doesn't work. The other one does, but it makes a little bit of a noise. I think it just needs to be lubed up, or it's just a little wobbly or something. We'll figure that out here this episode. So yeah, okay, so let's get to what we're gonna do on this episode. I forget where I was now. Had all this, took all the dash, got the dash bezel and everything right here. It's in decent shape, presentable. The stereo either didn't work or something. Put in another stereo, that works. Just got two cheesy speakers in the back, but it works. Be nice to put in some nice 6x9s with some boxes and stuff in the back. We might do that. I do have a pair, but I don't know if I want to waste it on this truck. Maybe. I don't really have no use for this truck, guys. It was a good deal. It's why I bought it. I don't really need it. I got, I don't know how many trucks now. 1, 2, 3 main trucks, some Jeeps. I don't really need this. I'd rather have Avalanche and my extended cab fit the dog in the back. Nikki likes going on rides now. Well, she always did. So she, every time we come out, I let her out, she'll go by the car or the truck. But I say, no, we're not going for a ride today. But she wants to go with me, just like Puppy used to go with me everywhere. So I bring her along now if I go out. Can't fit her in here. Can't have a blind dog sitting on the front seat. She likes a back seat. So I have no use for this, guys. I don't know. Okay, so did I take, no, I haven't taken these gauges out yet. I took the bezel off, changed the stereo, and put in a wiper switch. Well, it didn't work. I changed the wiper motor over from the other truck. Switch didn't work on that either. Then I wrote the eBay seller and said, hey, you know, I think your switch is a dud. He sent me another one. It does the same thing. It don't work. So this, so I think I'm going to have to just hook up a power wire to a switch down here, toggle switch for the wipers, because I don't know. I can't figure it out. Okay, so that's one reason we had to have that off. We're going to go over this, all the bulbs in this, because only like 1 or 2 work. So I took this off the parts truck. We're going to swap the clock over, I think. And the clock is not like the El Camino, where it was built into this circuit here. Okay, this is for all your gauges and lights, and these are your little bulbs. And that. So that's, you know what, a lot of times it's not the bulbs, guys, it's this thing here. And so I don't know if I can get them all working or not. So this clock here actually just plugs into your fuse block onto a, yeah, I think it stays on, right? It constantly stays on. So that's separate from this deal here, circuit board type thing. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing. I just took this out for the bulbs and the clock. See, there's no clock here. Don't know if it works though, or does it even have any. It's so dirty I can't even tell if it's got little hands on it. We'll figure it out. Everything else battery oil temperature, all that works. Okay, so okay, now it's extreme budget build, and I wasn't gonna do this on this truck. This is the dash cover. This is just stuck on over the original dash, which is probably all cracked. It's just a plastic cover. And this is all busted up here. I don't know how they did it, trying to put it on and smashing it, or the rear view mirror thing is off, so that could have fell down and busted it. I don't know. They didn't glue it down good enough or something, or the heat warped it. But overall, it's presentable. It's not like a total mess. But these are only 60 bucks. They're only 60 bucks. So I bought one. Not like the 78 El Camino where it'd be 200. You know, don't know why. 200 for that, 60 for this. But so this is it here. I'll take it out here in a little bit. That's it. Okay, so, and it's very light, and we're gonna glue the shit out of it. You glue that on with silicone. They give you a little tube of silicone. But I bought a tube of it, so we're gonna spread it. Well, we'll see what it is. See how this is. I mean, if it's, the old dash is sticking up too high, we're gonna have to fix some of that. Okay. So that's what we're going to do next. See, I want to get this in there and not mess it up, mess up the new pad or whatever, because you gotta move this stuff around here. See, to get these gauges out right here, you gotta move this around to get that. It's, see how it's sticking in here. It's not easy. That's what taking this one out, ended up, I don't know if that was already busted or I busted it. So you're gonna have to be careful. So I'm gonna do all this first before I put the new pad on, because this dash ain't attached anyway. So we'll get all that out done, attach the old dash, take this cover off. I'll show you what's underneath of it when we get to it. Glue the new one on. Okay, so then comes the door panels. These door panels are really high dollar, very expensive. And then you got the door panel, then you got the pull handle, then you got the armrest, then you got this lower piece here. None of this any good in the parts truck. This is, I don't know if this is the original faded out or somebody painted it, but it's turned, it's red here and pinkish, purplish there. I think we're just going to paint it all black. And then of course these pockets are bad too, on the parts truck. This one they screwed in a bank bag. Okay, I ordered a couple of pockets that may fit on here. Well, we're going to make them fit, but I don't know if they're going to cover the screw holes. I'll show you on the other door here in a little bit. But we're going to take all this apart. Now, I got these. These are all crappy. See how they're all warped? They're all crappy on the parts truck too. I got a whole bunch of junk cars, right? So I was going to take it off this Durango. They're almost a perfect fit. Plastic, but I was going to cut it. I don't know, I should have maybe. But what it has was a gray plastic like this, and then it come up and it had a big speaker in here. And it looked pretty good, and I bet I could cut that to make it fit in here. But I was on eBay, well, this is a while back, when I think after I got this truck, and these were all over the place on eBay for 52 bucks for a pair, 25 bucks each, shipped. And as time went on, ordered the dash pad, and I went to find them again. Well, there's none left. The supplier either ran out or they sold out or something. All over, there used to be about 10 different sellers selling them. Then there was none. So I was like, well, so finally I found them. One seller, one set left, but they weren't black. I wanted black. They're gray. So let's take a peek. That must be passenger side. That's what it looks like. Black with gray, or paint this black, some vinyl paint. I don't know. But yeah, see, this is just as bad. Here's part of the door handle. It's missing the deals here, but you don't really need this because you can just close the door with the pull handle. Okay, so what we're going to start off for, first on the door panel situation is this side here. This is all tint. This is all, we got to peel all this off. It looks like complete garbage. Okay, so we're going to take off this door panel. This, see, it doesn't look bad, but it's all, you know, looks kind of shitty. I know when it was closed, nobody ever will really see it. I bought these little pockets. These little, I'll find them here later on. Little stretch pockets you can screw on here, and they just open up, and you can stick your phone or something in there. But they didn't quite cover these holes here. So these pockets that I bought, I don't know if it's going to cover it. They're not here yet, coming directly from China. They're 10 bucks each, 20 bucks for two. But no rush on them. So yeah, we're going to take off this panel, take off all this stuff here, paint it all black. I got some black vinyl paint. Take off this, lube up the tracks and everything. Just get everything working. Well, the window and stuff works, but I don't think I ever checked out this switch. Okay, so we're going to do this door first. Then, just to see what it all looks like, it should look pretty good. But then that door is going to be due to the power motor and that wing window. I had to take all the stuff off from the parts truck. If the motor even works out of the parts truck. Hell, it may not. So yeah, lucked out. Another good point on this truck is the seat. Seat's in good shape, except for a little rip on the side over there. The headliner's in good shape, except it's faded. But it's not all hanging down and all that. Carpet, not the best, but it's presentable. And sun visors, decent looking. They got all these little bubble things here. I don't know what they're from. But yeah, there's some little cheesy speakers there. So yeah, I think with all that stuff there, we can get the interior looking pretty good. We'll clean it up. We'll get all this stuff back on there, the AC duct, just clean up the bezel, put everything back together, and yeah, it should look pretty good. Here's the oh, was these it? Oh yeah, these are it. Okay, these are little stretchy things here. See, they don't quite fit, but I thought they're so cool that I could use them for any other vehicles. You know, the older vehicles, they're just not made for carrying stuff and cup holders and stuff like that. You know, newer cars got all door pockets in them. Well, I guess this one did have pocket, but now they have, you know, ledges there, and you can cram all your shit in there. And so yeah, I think you know, like the El Camino, I put it on there, or I could fill in these holes and put them there. Anyway, oh, they did. They sent me 4 of them. Or I bought 4, I guess. I got 4 of them. Okay, yeah, I don't use them for that, use them for the El Camino. Here's the, what did I get, 6 of them? 6 bolts for the bumper and nuts. There's some rear view mirror adhesive. There's the rear view mirror right here. I'll have to glue that on there. Yeah, so I got a lot of work to do. Okay, let me get these bulbs in there, see if I can get all that working, and then we'll do the dash. It might be glued on there pretty good, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what's underneath there. See if there's any speakers, and if they, well, I'm probably not going to worry about the speakers. It needs a dome light cover. Okay guys, well, I'll be back. Okay guys, just a quick update on the truck here. This is the old dash. She was glued on there. Look at all this silicone. That's what we're gonna use, but pulling that thing off, it's all loose now. It's got a couple of screws here, and then I think the bezel right in these areas here, it holds this on. But I think there's supposed to be a couple of screws up here. Anyway, I gotta take a razor blade and we're gonna take all this silicone off. It's bowed up a little bit like on here. We're gonna take a razor blade and not gonna go overboard with any Bondo or anything. Just gonna smooth that out best I can. Just take all this crap off. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll leave it loose like that, and then that way I can get that. I haven't done this yet. Fix and take that out and check the lights. Replace the lights, put in the clock, and then we'll get to securing this on there, scrape all the silicone, and glue the new one on. So, yeah, there's I think there's an old rusty speaker in there. Okay, well, it's the end of the day today. Just got finished painting the gold on the El Camino, so this is going to be the next video. As long as the weather cooperates, it's going to get cold here in a few days, so I'll try to get as much as I can done. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. It is bitterly cold out. Doesn't look like it. Nice and sunny, but you cannot feel the sun. It's 17 degrees. It's noon. Tuesday, January 15th. Windy. Don't know what the wind chill is, but it's colder than 17. It's going to be a high of 24 today. Oh, you can feel that wind, but it was like this yesterday, and it's going to be like this tomorrow. So it's 3 days, and then it's going to get in. It's going to be in 2 days. It's going to be up to 47. So might be able to work. It's going to get up to 58 next week, but it's supposed to be cloudy, rainy, or something. Now, right now, or the last few days, it has no precipitation. If there was any rain or precipitation, it would turn into snow and ice, and it would just be a winter wonderland. But luckily, nothing, not a drop of anything. Now, my sister's in Houston. It's 24 degrees and snowing. That's 6-7 hours south of here, straight south. So there's no place to hide. This weather is just bitterly cold, but it could be worse, I guess. But just huddled. The problem with mobile homes is the wind, and the cold gets underneath and freezes up all the pipes. So I got no water. I won't have any water for another day or so. But they're the Plex hoses, so they freeze up but they don't break. And it's happened before where they freeze up, and then once the weather warms up they just unthaw. So not worried about anything broken. So anyway, just thought I'd give you an update. I know a lot of you guys, here's the water bowl here, just frozen solid for the cats. You okay, Nikki? Me and Nikki just come out, got cabin fever, just huddled in the space heaters going. But yeah, just can't get much work done or anything. It's just way too cold. It's freezing. Well, okay guys, I came out here to give Nikki a walk, and blew a water pipe. Water was just gushing. I turned it off at the street. There's the water that comes out, city water, whatever, comes up into here, and this actually flexible, has a flexible pipe up here towards the water heater, but she's broke right about there. Down to, cracked all the way down to here. I'm pretty sure it's from these damn cats jumping in and out of here, because that's where they live, underneath here. I think they're jumping up and down on that. They're trying to get at the water or something, because their water's frozen. So anyway, I have some PVC pipe, and I need some of these adapters there to slide over top. Hopefully I can just cut it off a few inches down and put in a pipe, some sleeves, and I need some primer and some cement. Anyway, yeah, the wind chill factor's -2. So yeah, it's pretty chilly. It's gonna be this way tomorrow, and probably can't turn the water on till the next day after that anyway. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, let me show you what I got going on. Fix the pipe, put a connector here. This was all split open all the way up to here. I had this piece here, but that's 1/2 inch, that's 3/4. So it was hard to get it in there. I had to drill out anyway, and then heated it up and got this piece into this coupling, so it doesn't leak. And that's the only PVC pipe. Now what it did was it had a tee-off here, and then my outside water faucet was right here, and all that. See, I did this first, and then it all was leaking up here, then it was all leaking here, so I had to replace all of it, redo it again. But anyway, there's a tee coming off over to here, and then I got some insulation. I had that insulation on there. It's just a little bit wet, but I got to redo it all. So it's got a faucet right here, and that's what this hole is for. You put your hand in here and you can turn off the water to the mobile home. So anyway, it's got its threads into there. So I just got back from Lowe's, did a bunch of running around to do, and trying to get pieced together to redo all this. See, where was the okay, this is the pipe that came straight up. That was busted. See, the rest of the hoses are that Plex, so none of them leak. Okay, so this is the main pipe here. It was all busted, and then it had a T right here. That's a piece I put on there the first time, from here all the way down. And then that wasn't leaking after I did it, but it was all leaking up here, and then this pipe here was split. And you can't really see it, but it was just all gushing water out of all this. And then this came out to the faucet, see, outside faucet. This was kind of leaking anyway. When you turn it on, it would all leak out this handle. So I was going to replace it, but I didn't want to take it all apart. But now I got to. Okay, so I just cut all that off, and of course when I redid it, I left this out because I didn't have the pieces. And then some of these pieces I got from another junk mobile home around here. I got some pieces trying to make it work. Okay, so that's a piece of insulation I bought, and then these, I had a whole bunch of these long pieces. So that's what I'm going to cut up these pieces here to make, there's a new outside faucet, and then I got a deal there to screw in it and put another pipe, then put an elbow, then another pipe over to the thing, over to a T, and run all that. The only thing I couldn't find is one of these couplers that go from 1/2 inch to 3/4. I could not find them. In there for about an hour looking for stuff, because I wanted to replace this this one here too, but see, this one on the top, it screws into a flexible one up there, so that was all okay, and where it screws in here it was okay. But this one went in kind of crooked, but I took it apart and it wasn't cross-threaded or nothing, so it's just the way it was made. It's made to look like it's crooked, but it's really not. So anyway, yeah, I don't trust this connection here, but anyway, that's 1/2 inch, that's 3/4. I need an adapter and cut it here, put in the T, and then come across. But anyway, I don't know what caused it, cats or what. It's never done it before, but it could have just been that wind. That wind was just brutal coming in that hole there, and froze it up. So anyway, I'm not going to do that now. It's too nice of a day. So the brutal cold in the 20s is over, and today it's 50. I don't know, they said between 49 and 54. It's t-shirt weather right now. So I'm going to try to get some of this dash and stuff done in the truck. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So the thing is, it's beautiful now, but tomorrow, or the next 3 days, it's going to be high in the 30s, in the 20s. So there's a chance this could freeze again, and I had the faucets dripping, but that never helps. The first one to freeze is the one that goes to the toilet back here. So yeah, anyway, I didn't have water for about 3 or 4 days. I fixed it yesterday, had a first shower and stuff in 3 days. But I got spare water for drinking and the dogs and stuff. I got, jugs of water. Okay, so just spent a few hours screwing around at the store and grocery shopping and paying bills and stuff. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day trying to get this dash going. So let me, well, let's get on. Show you what I got. I'll come back with the dash, because I got one of the dashes inside. So, okay, so yesterday I had about an hour after I was done screwing around with that, because yesterday wasn't bad either. It was like 41, but it was sunny. Okay, so I finished this up here. Got the clock in here. I don't know if it works. There's the wiring for it. I haven't plugged it in yet. But I had to use this piece because it's got the little hole in it. And then this piece here. Oh, well, I had to use all of it. To see here, there's no hole for the clock. The other one had a nice big hole and another little mounting deal right there. So I swapped the odometer, speedometer from this truck back to it. So this is the original speedometer. The rest of the gauges I left. And then of course I had to use this, the one off the other truck, because that's not opened up for the clock. And of course this one here doesn't have a little hole to adjust it. So anyway, that's all in there, but this was the one that was busted here, see? So I can't mount it in there, but it's mounted in 1, 2, 3 spots, and it kind of curves in. It looks kind of screwy, but that's the way it mounts. It mounts kind of down in this lip, and then this edge over in that lip. Okay, I can't remember the last video, took the dash off. Anyway, these are the factory speakers here. I don't think I'm going to do anything with them. I probably should, but that dash is not too bad to take out. You just take off them 3 or 4 screws there. So when I took it off, this thing kind of hangs up. Yeah, that's what it is. That's still connected to the ductwork in there. So it cracked the Silverado thing here. I'll show you in a second. Pulling that off, but it wasn't too bad. I could glue it on there, right? So I had it sitting on the hood. Well, the next morning it fell down and all busted into a million pieces, because it's like, you know, 43 years old. So yesterday I took the dash off the other truck, parts truck. Here it is here. I'll show you what I mean here. See, this is all, you got them little plastic studs with nuts on them. So this one, the same thing happened on the other truck. That AC duct there stayed in and kind of broke off. So it's kind of loose here, but I can put some silicone and stick that back in there. But like I said, the other dash fell and all this stuff here broke into a million pieces. This is all, I don't know which one's better, guys. This dash or the other one. I might put in the other one since it is red. I'll show you that here in a minute. Yeah, it's this piece here, I think. Where's this? That might have been the one for that. Anyway, yeah, that goes in those little plastic tabs and breaks when you take it off. So I couldn't see how it's mounted in the back other than these little deals here. But there was no screws in there. So I think it just kind of snaps in or something in the front there, you know, by the windshield. Yeah, that was this piece here. That was that one there. So okay, so I don't know what I can get done today, guys. Oh, so the bulbs and everything, they were, I think there was only like one over here working. These are it here. Those little bulbs, and that screws in. Well, I put a bunch of bulbs in and none of them would work. So I didn't know which ones were good or bad. So I hooked up a deal to a battery, and I got a handful of good bulbs. And I put them all in there, and a couple of them you had to wiggle around. So I think most of them are working. There might be 1 or 2 out, but it's better than only having 1. There's like about 5 working. But the other bulbs, they might have been for something else. They might have been for, you know, high beam bulb or something. I don't know. But what I did was put all good bulbs in there. See, they go in these holes here, see? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's signals, 11, 12. So I put all 12 good bulbs in there. Yeah, I think these ones were for These would be the idiot lights here. And I don't know, yeah, there's some here too. These two, whatever those are. So yeah, they might not come on until you brake light and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, I just got to clean up that dash, old dash, cut off any high spots, like this. Take this off, put it on the other one, and then put it on there. Then once it's on there, I will just spread silicone all over and push it down in there, and then get rid of all this stuff here. So I think that's, I don't know, that's probably all I'm going to get done today, and then it's going to be cold for, well, okay, so the next 3 days is going to be in the 30s, and then after that it's going to get in the 40s and 50s, but 20, 40, 60% chance of rain for a whole week after that. So no more cold weather. It's not going to freeze and be ice or nothing, but it's just going to be all wet and no sun, and so I don't know how good it's going to be to work. 40 something and 50 in the sun is fine, but if it's 40, 50 and rainy, no, I'm probably not going to get much done. So I'm going to try to get all this dash stuff done today, and maybe that'll be the video. I don't know, unless I think of something else to make a video about, and I'll put that out first. Because the video, you know, at the beginning, like I said, I wanted to do the door panels and all that stuff. But anyway, let me do this dash, guys, and I'll be back, and we'll glue the new one on there and check it out. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, here's the dash that was in it, and these are, it fallen off the hood of the truck, so it all kind of broke because the dash cover doesn't cover that. So anyway, I'll probably use this one. Okay, I'll be back when I get it done, or I'll get it screwed in there and ready to go, and then I'll come back and show you. I'll glue the cap on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got this dash all cleaned up. Got the silicone off of it, and kind of cut down the high edges there. This, on the passenger side, you can actually open the glove box and reach up and take that hose off. It's kind of stuck on these little things here, so you pull that off before you pull the dash off, and that way you won't break all these. I got one on there. There's one. This one here is broke, and so anyway, it's on there tight. I don't have the silicone or glue this on there, so that's on there good. Okay, so let me put it in the truck, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, these little tabs, there's no screws or nothing that they go in. They just slide into a hole on the dash. So they're just there, and they just slide into a hole, and then just the 4 screws. So that's it. That's all that holds it in. And then of course we're fixing to put on this dash, and when you put the screws in these holes here, they kind of hold it in there a little bit too. 1, 2, 3, and then around the radio and here. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there, and then this AC duct, well, we'll leave the AC duct and this off here for a little bit. Do a little bit of, I think this is for the interior light, and this is the clock I believe. I'll do that later. All right, I don't have time to mess around with it right now. So let me put this on there and we'll clean it up a little bit, and then we'll see how the cover fits before we silicone it on. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I just got it kind of sitting on there. It's gonna take a little bit to make this fit. It's kind of, you get it in there and then it's sticking up here, and you gotta kind of, it's, you're gonna have to put a bunch of bricks or something. I don't think I have anything. I'll have to find something and lay it up there. But anyway, you got to get it to fit around here first, but it doesn't. It's anyway. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of silicone on there, and glue it on there. On the El Camino one there, I put some screws in along the bottom, some little areas there to keep it tight, but here I don't think it matters because it's got to be tight up here. Doesn't seem to be sticking out at the bottom, and it's got to get in there, and then it needs to be pulled back if anything. And I think this bottom one will line up after that's in there. Well, I might have to put a screw right in there or something. I don't know. I'll mess around with it, guys. I'll be back. Okay, guys. Got it fitting pretty good. Put a whole bunch of books there on the top. Doesn't quite fit below here. I mean, it looks like it needs to come down a little bit, but I think it's good enough. It could be because the dash is, 40 something years old, but I wanted it to fit up top here better, so that's where we got it. Okay, and after all that, then I seen it had the instructions. So this is all the silicone they give you, but I used a whole big tube. Got the gun there, use that whole big tube of it. Just put it all around. So that's it. It wouldn't quite fit around that edge. Let me go over here. Again, it looked like it needed to go down a little bit right in this corner. So anyway, I just put some tape there, and so it snugs up a little bit. And I could have probably cut it with a razor blade and tried to finesse it in there, but we'll put it like that for now. If it looks like doesn't look very good after it dries, we can cut an edge off and put it in a little bit farther, but I think that'll be all right. Okay, I had a rag of thinner, and I wiped some thinner on here, and it took this silver off. So it's some type of paint. I don't know, it's all stained and everything. I don't know if I should paint all this black or something. Anyway, that'll be a different day. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. We'll work on that door panel there next, but probably not today. Like I said, the next 3 days is going to be in the 30s. Ain't gonna get shit done. But I may take them off, and we can get them inside the shop and paint them black, at least. And I got some diesel fuel for I didn't show that last time, but the little rocket heater here, or torpedo heater, or whatever. This heater there, we can heat up the shop a little bit, and maybe do a little painting these door panels. But we can't put all this together until I get all this wing window and figure out the power window motor and all that, and get it from the parts truck. So that's gonna have to wait till it's nicer out, but we can at least paint the door panels maybe. Okay, well, I think that's it now for now, guys. I'll come back to it in this video if I can find another video to put out in the next week. Because I think it's probably going to be, if I started a video right now, I wouldn't be able to do anything for about 4 or 5 days, and then so it'd probably be a week. So anyway, I'm not almost finished with this video, but I wanted to do a lot more, but we'll see. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the door panels off. They're pretty deteriorated on top, but they're such high dollar that I'm not buying new ones, so we're gonna have to do the best we can. Okay, this window here seemed to be a little it goes up and down really fast, but it seems a little loose or something. But I lubed everything up, and it stays in the track, goes up and down. But this one here, the power motor is in there, and you can tell. We'll go over here, go over this in a minute. You can't really see in there, but there's a little bracket from the motor. This is the motor here, 4 bolts. It's in there, but there's a little bracket that connects it to the regulator, and that's just hanging there. So whether somebody took that off because the motor wasn't working or what, so you can just move it up and down like that. As far as, can't really see too good, but it won't open with this, but it's all in there. It just seems like it has to go just a little bit more to open it. So as it opens from this one, so we'll have to figure that out. And like I said, we'll test the motor later on, and then we'll have to change over this wing window and go from there. But for now, I think I'm done. It's the end of the day. Nikki says ready to go in. Nikki, you ready to go in the house? So yeah, anyway, maybe if I feel like it, I'll get the heat going in the garage here and paint them doors. But if I do, then the El Camino has to come outside. So yeah, I may be back in a few days, and we'll paint up them door panels, sand this stuff down, see how smooth we can get it. I'm not going to put no Bondo or nothing on it, but I still haven't got the little door pockets. They should be in any day, and we need to make sure that they're going to fit, like I said before, on these holes, or cover them up. If they don't, then we're going to have to fill up them holes with something. And anyway, I'll show you them when they get here any day now. Okay, so I'll be back later. Oh, I wanted to go over that this was wrecked or something. As you can see, that door's all red. This one's gray, then they painted it red here. So this door's been swapped. And also that door over there has some pretty good rust coming through here, whereas this one doesn't. So this door, at least we won't have to do no rust repair on it. We're gonna have to do something with these rockers, or the cab corners, later. So anyway, yeah, so this has been repainted, but then this door, this fender here, see this radiator support here has been smacked in, and this fender here is all kind of dented too. But I think what they, and so anyway, and you can see the different paint deteriorated different than the rest of it. Although this must have been all painted at one point, and then they redid the fender and repainted the fender. They must have. Anyway, it's just kind of weird. It's been smacked around a little bit, but I think the frame and everything's good on it. Just probably this door and this fender's been replaced, or this fender looks to be red, originally red, unless they just banged it all out. After they replaced the door, they got in another wreck in the front and banged this fender and core support out a little bit and just repainted the fender. I don't know, who knows, 40 something years old. But yeah, you're not gonna get top dollar for this truck because of that. I got another core support from the parts truck that's probably good, but I don't have another fender and I'm not gonna buy one. And then that's a lot of work to take all that apart and stuff. Like I said, I'd like to get this chrome here. But anyway, we'll be back to it later. Okay guys, we're gonna get a little bit of work done here in the shop. Got my heater going. It's about 34 degrees outside. Sunny, but pretty chilly. So I moved the El Camino out. We're going to sand these down. Okay, I got those little door panel pockets in. They stick on, but we may put them in with screws. So here's the 4 holes here for the factory, and that'll cover up. So we're gonna put them on there. If the tape don't hold, like I said, I'll put 4 screws in there. Okay, go ahead and take these switches off, and this piece of chrome here, I'm not sure what's holding that on. This one, maybe not much, but that one there just kind of fell off. I'm gonna take that stuff off, and then I'm gonna go take this off. I got 2 screws in there. Take that off, and use my DA sander with some 80 grit for the top here. Get this smooth as I can, and then probably 180 the rest. Okay, so I went to O'Reilly's a little while ago, not like a week or 2 ago, and all they had was 1 can of, what was it? Does it say gloss on there? Anyway, the cap's gloss, and then this cap is, you know, matte or whatever. So they only had 1 can of each, and I figure I probably need 2 cans, but we'll see. Might be able to get both of them done with 1 can. So should it go gloss or flatter? I'm thinking flatter. And what I'll do is I'll put 1 coat of this gloss on there, and then 1 coat of flat. Black, 2 coats should cover it, maybe 3. But I'll come back when I get it all ready. I'll have to get this with 80 grit too. Some big gouges here. But like I said, I'm not going to be using no filler or nothing like that. Just sand it down, and then I'll wipe it down with some paint thinner, and then paint it. So we'll try to make this as fast as possible, and then I don't know, next day or 2 I'll at least mount. Passenger side's ready to go back together, so on the passenger side we'll mount the panel and then that new gray piece. Oh, that's what I bought. Yeah, I bought extra paint for that. I don't know if I should leave it gray or paint it black. I can leave it gray for now and then paint it black later. But anyway guys, that's the plan. Let me sand this stuff down, and I'll be back. Okay guys, We got them sanded down, went over it with 80, then 180, and then wiped it down with some thinner. So we're going to use some Bulldog adhesion promoter. Supposed to make it stick better. By the way, this paint was 12 bucks a can. I didn't mention that, compared to the other brand that's 20 that they don't sell. They don't sell that, whatever the hell, I can't think of the one I did the dash with. SEM. SEM is 20 bucks a can through eBay. So who knows what it would be through AutoZone or O'Reilly's, because they'll charge you, I don't know, twice as much maybe. It's 20 bucks on eBay, it'll be 40 there. So anyway, that duplicate color is 12 bucks a can, so yeah, it's like when the Bondo brand, when they sold them gallons in Walmart, it was 18 bucks. You go to O'Reilly's, it was 38. Upped it by 20 bucks. Can you believe that? Not anymore. Cheapest Bondo you get is 38 bucks now, but at the time it was 18. Walmart doesn't sell it anymore, so they just sell quarts. Okay, so we'll do the gloss first. It's been in the garage frozen up for a couple days, so I don't know what it's going to spray like. It's not frozen now, but yeah, I think it would look better flat, or you know, a medium satin. But we don't know what that is. It doesn't say on the can. Just whatever the cap looks like. Turned off the heater. The sun, it's a metal building, so the sun's out pretty good today. So it actually helps with heating up the shop. I was just out there blowing all the dust and everything off these door panels, and that sun actually feels pretty good for being 34 degrees out. And not much wind today. It's just been windy for the last week. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let that dry for a little bit. Probably put another coat of this on there, and then maybe either that or 2 coats, probably 2 coats of the flat. Okay, so I'll be back when I get that done. Okay guys, it's been a few days, just been cold and drizzly, and not heavy rain, just drizzly, but it finally stopped today, and it's in the it's about 50. But yeah, if you remember the 4-door Nova parts car, just sold it 800 bucks to a guy. He just bought it for the suspension, the chassis, he's called it. So he wanted the front subframe and the rear end for a 52 Chevy pickup he's building. So I got a couple little parts left, and that's it. Had to move all this, move my Le Mans, and pulled it out through here, and he loaded it on a trailer. So then I spent the rest of the day going as far as I can on this video for this truck. So here's the door panels. They don't look that great. I don't know if I could have put a couple of coats of primer on there, whether it'd look better, but you know. And to put 2 screws in this pocket, just in case the tape, it's actually Velcro that's taped on, and so you could actually pull it off if you wanted to. But anyway, I put 2 screws in there. I'd take this chrome off the old stuff, put it on, so that's on there. yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't think I'm gonna buy the little deals and all that for it. Okay, so here's the dash. I had a whole bunch of books and stuff on it. So that's all in there. It looks pretty good, a lot better than having it all busted up here. Got a little bit of silicone stuck in those holes. I can dig them out later. All the dash lights work. I put it all together, and then this wouldn't light up. I'd show you, but it wouldn't. I come out here at night, but the camera wouldn't pick it up. I mean, it was so, everything was so dark, and you could barely see the lights. But anyway, they all come on, and then I had to dig up there, and there's a little light bulb up in here. Put that on there, put all this stuff back together. I go over here on the other side. The clock amazingly works. I'll drain the battery now, but you see the little hand moving. I think there was a little thing in here that that's missing. I don't know what happened to it. The little thing with a screw on the end. But anyway, yeah, it's moving. So after all that, it did work. Okay, and I put this door panel together. I had to put that chrome on there, and put the locks and stuff back on there. So really all I got left to do is figure out this motor. I haven't put no power to it yet to see if it's good, and change this over, but we'll wait for another day to do that. Yeah, so tomorrow's gonna be kind of like this, but then after that it's going to be in the 60s and sunny for at least the next week. So I'm going to stop on this, and I'm going to get the white El Camino ready to paint. A little bit more sanding and stuff on it, masking, and we'll get that painted. Since it'll be in the 60s, it'll dry the next day. Then after that, we'll put her together. Put all that stuff and bumpers and decal, S Super Sport kit, and all that stuff on there. And yeah, as soon as that's done, we'll get back to this. We'll bring the parts truck over, take the bed off, all that stuff. I mean, I got a few little pieces stuff on the interior, that door there to do, and then a few little things, and then she'll be ready to do the paint and body work. Fixing to order the moldings and a dome light cover and a few little things. Yeah, she'll be rolling along, and we'll take her for another test drive here and get that window fixed and a few little things. But yeah, anyway guys, I think that'll be it for this video. It's been a long time doing this video, because I just didn't work for days and days because it was just too crappy out. So it looks like it'll be good after tomorrow. Okay guys, well, subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right hand corner of the screen, just click that. It's free, just anything. Like, comment, share. It's supposed to help the algorithms out. And we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.